Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is, I don't know what we're going to call it, Rock Driveway Productions, I guess. You know, I'm out here with no garage, no paved driveway. Live out here in the great wide open, so we do things as we can do them. Today we're going to be installing Carbon Creations carbon fiber fenders for the MK8 GTI. These guys look pretty good. I did do one side because there's a little bit of fudging that I had to do in order to get everything on and get everything mounted. Obviously, the carbon fiber is going to be quite a bit thicker than the factory metal. I mean, it's basically tin. It's sheet metal, but it's pretty thin. So we're going to do a two-part video. One part is going to be removal of the old one, the factory OEM fender, and then part two will be the installation, because we did run into a few different issues. I think overall it looks really good. There was a couple of things that there just wasn't anything I could do about. One of which is right here, and you can see that I don't like that that's sticking up the way it is, but there's not anything we can do. I mean, you can't heat this and bend it the way you would something else. Otherwise I would have put a heat gun on it and we would have done that. So that's one spot. I still haven't tacked that in, but the other one is right here by the headlight. You can see this gap is substantially thicker than what you would find on your OEM part. Now it does open up as it goes down, gets tighter as it goes back. Again, nothing we can do about that. The carbon fiber is going to be a thicker material. There are things that are in the way. There is no way to manipulate or do anything to change this. I mean, it's bolted down in here. It is what it is. But like I said, I think it looks pretty dang slick. I like it a lot. The car is a little dusty, obviously, you know, dirt roads and all. But we'll get some cleaned up city stuff loaded up too afterwards, and kind of show you what's going on. So right now we're going to start off. You guys know my videos if you've seen them. They're not fancy in production. We don't have any editing. we don't have any fancy music. So I'm going to kind of walk you through the process. We're going to pause the video as I do some of the work. We'll unpause it as we do other pieces of it. But we'll get right into it. So really, I mean, you've got to take the tire off, put the car up on jack stands, remove the inner wheel well liner, and after that, you're like over halfway there. Here's one pain in the butt part that we're going to roll video on and show you. I hope I can duplicate getting it out without taking the door off like I did on the other side, because that's a pain in the butt. So first off, I'm going to get the car jacked up. We're going to get this front wheel removed, and then we'll cut into some more stuff. Real quick, I've got the wheel well liner out. We've got the wheel off. A lot of guys have asked me, obviously this car is bagged, which is why the back end is up too. There's no, you jack up the front, the rear end comes off the ground. So we've got everything on jack stands. But everybody keeps asking me, you know, hey, you live up there in Kansas. It's been a super, super cold winter. A lot of snow, a lot of ice, a lot of salt on the road. Everybody wants to know how my bags are holding up. I put the Airlift 3P Performance Slam Series kit on here. I would not recommend putting anything else on your car. This thing is top notch. Let's see, back our view up some. These are the front bags. And obviously they've got air in them right now because the car is up. But as you can see, everybody keeps wanting to know, how are they holding up? How are they holding up? You know, like, I got some people that I know that have bought some cheaper kits, and their bags cracked in the wintertime. The rubber got really cold. Their car was aired out. They went to go air it up in the morning, and it starts airing up, and then it cracked. And then that's all she wrote. So, here's the back one. Back bags look really solid. They feel really good. Still really soft rubber. They don't feel dry. They don't feel cracked. So yeah, I would definitely say if you're gonna bag your ride, do it right. Spend the money. Don't cheap out. Don't be like, well, I can get this other kit for $2,000. Well, you know what? Stuff with your cars is just like your shoes, man. You get what you pay for. You spend 30 bucks on some shoes, you get some pretty shitty shoes that wear out real fast. So save your money. Put the good stuff on there. Airlift 3P Performance, man, those guys are top notch. It was really easy to install. I've got install videos on it. Again, I did mine different than a lot of the other guys did. This right here, nobody else has got a video up yet. The only people that got a video up is the company that makes them. So obviously they got the production. They're inside a garage. They're all clean. But let's face it, most of us are out in our driveways, out in our garages. We don't have all the $10,000-$20,000 tools that they've got. We don't have we don't have a production crew. We're out here doing it because we love it. We're doing it because we love our cars. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Next up, I mean, there's, I don't know, 10, 12 screws that hold that liner in there in the wheel well. I work on a rock driveway. Even if I was working on a paved driveway, I would still be keeping all of my stuff in a bag so that I don't lose anything. I know I say that every video, but I know too many guys that take stuff apart and they're missing pieces when they go to put stuff back together again. So, yeah, we'll get into the fender. It's not a lot. We got a few of them up here. Let's pull this out of the way. This just snaps in and out. You want to pull this up out of the way because you do have one little bolt right there. Then you've got this one here, one there, one here. Once you get under here, where are they at? I probably gotta have to take this other wheel well liner out of here, because there are two more that are right up in here that hold this bracket. This bracket right here, it's got two on it. And then there is a pain in the butt part. You've got this, I don't know if we can get in there and see. Yeah, this right here. It's kind of like a dust guard. It's got a couple of snaps. 1, 2, 3 up top. And then the trick is getting it out of here without taking the door off. The bigger trick, obviously, is getting it back on, getting it back in there. Getting it snapped back in is not a problem, but you know, things are always easier to get out than they are to get in. So we're gonna go ahead and get some of these bolts removed. Probably go ahead and remove the other piece of that wheel liner. And then we'll jump back into it. Alright, just real quick, these tabs in here are pretty straightforward. What I do with my dang pliers. Literally, if you just squeeze these on the sides and push, and they're a little bit of a pain, but there goes one. You'll see the tabs on the sides. There goes two. And of course, the last one at the top is going to be the pain in the butt because it's no room to work. I don't even know if you guys can see that or not. I can barely see it. This is where the guy with the $20,000 worth of tools comes in handy, because he's got the cool pliers that have the long nose on them that will go up in here. But again, there it goes. All right, again, most of us don't have all that crap. You guys are like me. You know, we've got what we've got. We've got a few $100s worth of tools, or maybe $1,000 worth of tools, and we make it work. All right, we're looking inside the door jamb right now. Most of these are, I think they're all 10 millimeter, except for the one up by the windshield, which I think was an 8. So we've got 2 through the door jamb to get out. One is right here at the top. Okay, there's one. The next one is right back here behind. You get the power harness that goes into your door out of the body. It is right tucked behind that. And then almost all the rest of these are really easy to get to. That one just fell on the ground. Hopefully we can find it. There it is. All right. Next up, on the opposite side of that, down here on the bottom, you've got 2 holding it down. Those are easy enough. And other than the 2 pain in the ass ones I showed you, the rest are on the top. So we'll grab those. All right. Small extension. Scratch anything up on this car. Now, most of my, well, all of my videos as of right now are all water cooled. They're all the Mark 8. I do own air-cooled Beetles. The next video I do is going to be on a 72 standard front beam. Something's not tight, and that passenger wheel is slowly making its way. It's migrating. So the next video we do is going to be an air-cooled for all my air-cooled buddies. Half my friends are water-cooled, half of them are air-cooled. And then there's part of them that are like me, they got a little bit of everything. On our house we've got a 70, a 69, and a 72, all standard Beetles. We've got a 24 Tiguan. That's the wife's car. Then we obviously have the 22 Mark 8 GTI. That one is mine, all mine. So we got a lot. You guys can't see this. This is the one that we loosened up by the windshield. So you take it out. And then we just have that one bracket that's holding right down here. And this fender is going to slide right off. There are a few things you're going to have to take off from it and put onto your new carbon fiber fender. I have not looked at this one thoroughly. The other one I had, there was a threaded grommet that was accidentally covered up with fiberglass. I had to unbury it. Some of the other tools that you are going to need, you're going to need a sander or a good file, and a Dremel helps, because there are, like I said, there are some things that you're going to have to modify a little bit. Okay, we just got those last two. Some things you're going to have to modify a little bit to get your new one to fit on here. So I'm going to get set up, and we'll come back in just a minute. Alright, of course we got another 10mm. This one is right up in here. The other one is right above it. Bottom one is easier to get to. I've already broke it loose. Hopefully I can make quick work of these two. I said these are the worst ones. This whole fender off, this bracket will come undone, and you're going to say, well, why don't you just unbolt the bracket from the damn fender? Well, because these are a lot easier to get to than the other ones are. I'm turning wrenches now for, Jesus, I don't know, 30 some years. Worked on a farm turning wrenches on big trucks, tractors, combines, all that kind of stuff for number of years. There we go, there's one of them. Tiny little bastard. Obviously I've been wrenching on my own cars for a long time too. If I remember right, I did this one with the socket because I had the room. I think I did. I'll find out. I did the other one a couple of weeks ago, and then it got really cold again. Because that's goddamn Kansas for you. Maybe I did not do it with the socket. Let's see. I don't feel like I got the room for it. Working blind is always fun. Alright, there was the problem. I still had my 8mm on here. Did not switch back to my 10, so I did get it with a socket. Really not too exciting, not a lot to see. That's where that's at. We'll pause it until we get it pulled. Okay, the one that I forgot about is right here behind the front clip here, right behind this damn orange reflector. So we got to get that one as well. Okay. Believe it or not, that is plastic. Some genius somewhere said, well, we can save if we just put a plastic freaking tarp on there. Alright, I forgot about the worst one of all. And I don't know how. There's a goddamn... This is where we're at in correlation to the car. On the back side of this thing, because this is welded. You can't turn that. On the back side is a goddamn Torx. And there is about 2 fingers worth of room in there. So I don't know what dumb shit at Volkswagen decided that that's how they were going to put that in there instead of making this. I mean, there's a dozen things they could have done differently. But obviously some shithead thought he was a genius. Or thought he was funny at the least. And that's how he decided to do that. Alright, this should come out of here now. Let's stick this. There we go. So that backside that I was talking about, that's where that Torx goes into, right here. Goes in through this, and it threads into this damn thing like some kind of idiot. So we're gonna lay these out and get these set up to put into the new fender. Now, some of the things we're going to have to do, we're going to put these, we're going to turn away from facing the sun so that we're not glaring the camera out. You can see for the most part, I mean, everything's there. The holes for these, so you've got to remove these studs, these thread studs, and you're going to have to put those in on there. You are also going to have to remove these little guys. They're for your wheel wells. And there's a number of them, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, I believe, that are going to go into there. Now, factory grommets are here and here that go up behind the door. And this one doesn't seem to have the one in the middle, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. The one on the top it's been drilled out. I bet it's under there. We're gonna have to get a bit out and find it and clean it up as well. Overall, so you got Cybon and you've got Carbon Fiber Creations. It wasn't much of a price difference. Overall, I like the look of the carbon fibers, the custom Carbon Creations ones. But I can say this, and I'll be sending them some feedback as well. They've got to make some modifications. They've got to do better, because if you're going to charge somebody $1,200, $1,300 for a set of fenders, those fenders, you shouldn't have to go in and figure out what you're going to do for a threaded grommet on here. You shouldn't have to go in and clean this one out. Likewise, where it attaches up by the windshield, you can see here, that's what it should look like, right? Got a little clip here that goes for the molding, and then you got a little hewed out spot for the deal. No hole for the molding, no hewed out spot for the bolt to go through. So, factory production, you've got to do better than that. Like I said, overall, with the look of them, I like them once they're on. But to do something shoddy and half-assed is not okay at my level, and it certainly is not okay at a business level. Now, it's a Sunday. I can't call them. Maybe, let's be fair, maybe they had a malfunction or a mess up on the 2 damn fenders that they sent me. More than likely, it's like that on a lot of them because of their production line, because of how they're making them, because of their quality control, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's unacceptable from a customer's point of view. And it should be unacceptable from the company's point of view as well. So we're going to go ahead and get some things changed over. I'll show you those once we've got that done. All right, so next up, this mounts in here to these factory holes. But again, holes aren't big enough. This is where I had to shave some things down last time. So we're going to get out our trusty little Dremel tool. We're going to make these holes a little bit bigger. Alright, there's one. I think I got that one big enough. Yep, okay. Now they fit in there. Let's see if we need to. Alright, that one reaches. Last time I had to sand down a little bit. There's not a lot of thread on here. And I get it, the carbon needs to be a little thicker than, you know, the OEM metal. Okay, these ones went on pretty nice. Again, this is the bracket that mounts back to the vehicle. That is a pain in the ass. We've got those on. Something carbon fibers did not think about. Oh, did they? Nope. Yeah, there's a threaded insert in this one here. I can actually see the threads on that one. We are going to have to try to figure out what we're doing on the back side. We've got to get this one cleaned up. We're going to put a little sanding disc on our Dremel because we just want to move that material out of the way. Okay. And of course, my sanding disc isn't wanting to stay on my dang Dremel. Hopefully it won't take much. There it is. Okay. Just clean out of the thread so we don't want to stick anything in there that's going to mess anything up. But I do have a little drill bit in my pocket here that's just for this. Alright, let's grab one of our factory bolts. Make sure that that's going to thread in. Got the neighbor's heathen dog. I'm sure you can probably hear it in the background. In. Because, yep, you see on the back side, we're going to have to clean it up as well. Again, I get there's tolerances and discrepancies, but they've got to do better from a customer's point of view. And there we go. If you can see that or not. Bolt is coming through now. We just have one more thing to figure out. Oh, just notice this. There's a little rectangle indentation here. That's for the receiving end of that dust guard that goes in between the door. The one with the 3 clips we showed you at the beginning. Now, luckily for me, I do have some errands to run in town today, so I get to go wash my car. There are no threads in this second hole that should be having threads in it. And right now I'm at a loss of what to do about that. I know carbon fiber is tough, and I can probably, as you can see, thread into that, but I don't know how well it's going to hold. Because there should be a threaded insert in there. And what do I do at this point? Do we cut our losses? Put everything back? Do we continue forward and then we contact Carbon Creations tomorrow? Which is probably what we're going to do, because again, I have errands to run in town. Yes, I could take another car, but I work all week on the road and I like driving my car on the weekends. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue forward. Next up, we've got to put a notch and we've got to put a hole. this is the way I did it last time. I simply laid one over the other, lined up my tabs, and then I literally just did what I needed to do. So you're going to use a 1/4 inch drill bit. I'm going to drill this one out. We start it so that we've got it marked. And then we're going to, if I have it, yep. We're going to mark the next one because we've got to cut it out. So, first up, we're going to drill out this hole. Now, fiberglass, carbon fiber, don't put a lot of pressure. Let your bit do the work. Because it will crack. It will shatter. You will not be happy. We're going to use the 1/4 inch to put the start on the next one. And then we will use our Dremel to clean out the last bit here. Now, I've had these fenders for a little while. I'm meaning to put them on. Car show season, as we all know, is vastly approaching. It is, I don't know, the 10th of March, something like that. Let's move our camera back around so everybody can see what's going on. I guess I could show you what your car is going to look like with your fender off as well. Got everything exposed. Now you can really see that airbag real good. I'm trying to block the sun, so but that's that. We'll get our camera set up back in its little holder here. Maybe that'll be a little better view. Alright, these have got to go in to the receiving ends down here. This is the trickiest part last time, was just getting everything in here and lined up. Something's not lining up right. Damn dust and sand and everything. Let's just take a minute because, well, I did get the cart a little before the horse. I almost forgot to put these clips back in for our wheel well liners. That's what I stopped to do real quick. For some reason, they're sitting a little off. Okay, let's just put a couple of nuts in loosely to hold it in place. Let's see if we can't get this thing to line up. This one's pretty darn close. That's not the right sockets. I think we're grabbing. Are we now? Yeah, we are. Okay. That is starting to pull everything into place. Here we go. I went to a buddy's house to do this first one. He helped me out a little bit. I said, it just needed a little encouragement. And he said, yeah, I say something similar. He just needed to massage it into place. Encouragement, yes? Yes. Okay, that one did grab. Just want to back these out just a little bit so we got our wiggle room. So we can get our next one in. I'm actually going to take my Dremel and open this last hole up just a little bit. Now, before anybody comments and says, Jesus, your engine is dirty. Yes, I'm aware. I live on a damn dirt road. And I've got to go past. I've got to go up it every goddamn day and down it every damn day that I'm home, which I'm only home on the weekends. This dang clip, this carbon fiber is so thick. Something to open it up some. That's what we want. We just want this little tab and that little tab to go into this little hole we made. But it's so goddamn thick. And I don't know if it's going to go in there. All right, a little bit of encouragement. Got everything sitting really nice right now. I'll show you here what we've got going. Got this door seam. I just use a thick piece of cardboard. Obviously the top's already set by these screws here. So I put a big old thick piece of cardboard in it down here to hold my gap. And then we went ahead, if we can get the camera to look. Dang son. We've got our two screws, or our two bolts back in. We went ahead and tightened those. That way we've got this thing set. So we've got the right clearance. Nothing's gonna catch. We will get this folded back onto the outside of this the way it should be. Right now we're not going to mess with it because we want to make sure everything is lined up right. As you can see, we got to shave this hole a little bit more right here. It's not quite where we want it, but we're getting awfully darn close to getting this back to where it needs to be. Let's see if this is going to go in here now. Seems to have. Let's grab our socket, run it down just a little bit. Put our extension back on again. I don't like metal around my car. Moving chunks of metal. Alright, that went all the way down. That's nice. We're going to back it up a couple of turns. We did get our clip in. As you can see, that clip is for this molding that goes down in here. We can probably go ahead and run that little 8mm down. It's got to hold this. We'll pull this flashing on the outside before we get there. I'm going to do something I don't like to do. But we've got to get that flashing on the outside. So we're going to be super, super careful. I'm just going to slowly work our way around it. So we don't want to scratch the car. We don't want to scratch the brand new carbon fiber. We don't want to tear up the rubber. As you can see, that is now all exactly where it should be. It looks really good on this side, especially compared to the other side. And it may have settled some now that I've started driving it. But you can see, like I showed you earlier, it just doesn't want to quite sit right. And that rubber is on the outside of it, but just freaking barely. And it's kind of really up against the edge of it. I don't like it. I don't like the way it fits, but there's nothing. I fudged with it and fudged with it. There was nothing I could do to get that thing to sit right. But as you can see, we've got it mostly on here. We're going to tuck up some things. Yes, this is a long video. You can forward and skip my dumbass talking. So we've got to get some bolts, the painted butt ones in here. We've got another one up in here we've got to get. And then after that, we're just going to tighten down a few things and throw the wheel well liner back in. Oh, we've got to throw in that dust liner that goes in the damn door jamb. As stupid as that is, but if I lived in the city, I wouldn't be worried about it. Living out here, I have almost a mile of dirt road before I get to my house from the paved road. It's not cool. So that's where we're at. All right, everything is tightened up. See, it looks really good. It actually looks better than the other side. Not only this, the way that fits, that is still out a little bit more than I'd like, but again, the carbon fiber is pretty thick. But if you look, the gap on this side is really pretty uniform. It actually goes down a little bit, whereas this one it does not. You can see the gap actually gets a little bigger. I don't like that as much. There's not a lot I can do about it. Like I said, I fudged with it and fudged with it when I installed this one. Couldn't quite get it. Now I am ordering a carbon fiber hood. It'll be a Sivon. I'm not ordering from Carbon Creations again. Not after this. I mean, I guess I may. It depends on customer service when I talk to them tomorrow. So that's really going to be about that. You know, obviously we've got some stickers that are up in here. I got enough damn decals on the back of my car. I've started sticking them into my hood from the shows. I got crap all over the back that needs to be scraped off for the most part. Wet dub needs to be replaced. That will never be taken off. Neither will Doodah Dubs. They are a local Wichita club. ICT Dachshunds, that is a club that I run. B&P Tuning, we got to rep those guys because Autry and his guys are amazing. The forge can come off because that's not a big deal. Unitronics, that one can probably come off the back because I got the cool ones up on the sides. For those of you, I mean, you can probably see my videos. There hadn't been a lot done to this car. Obviously, there's aftermarket rotiforms on it. There's an AWE Track Edition exhaust underneath, which I really like the sound of. We've taken the turbo muffler out, put the turbo muffler delete, stage 1 plus 93 octane Unitronics tune on it. I think that's really about it. We are going to be putting in a new cold air intake. New downpipe's going to be going into it. I'm still doing research, trying to figure out which downpipe I want. Because I am going to go up to a stage 2 or a stage 3 factory. What is this? 260 horse, if I remember right. Right now, with the stage 1, a little bit of power added from the exhaust and the turbo muffler delete, we're putting out roughly 409. I have not dynoed it yet. And I have not tracked this car yet either. I am going down to Oklahoma this year. I'm going to track this thing. It does really well, especially with, I wouldn't have thought with the air ride it would handle as well as it does. Thought it'd be a little stiffer on a track, but I have had it out on the road down in Eureka Springs, Arkansas at the show there. Went out cruising around the mountain roads with the guys. Got on it pretty hard, took some corners pretty hard. Really, really liked it. So we'll throw the wheel well back in, throw the tire back on, and we'll set it back on the ground and see what it looks like. Alright, this side came out so much better than the passenger side. There's got to be a defect in this fender, so I'm definitely going to get a hold of them. You can see that gap difference. That's the biggest part. That's what's causing all of my issues over here. It looks pretty good along the line. But again, it gets wider as it goes down. I'll go over here and we're going to look at this side. And this thing is seamless. Again, there's a little bit of a gap here. Carbon fiber sticker, we all know that. So we're going to adjust the hood. I wish this would just sit in just a little bit. If it sat in like that, it'd be pretty dang nice. I mean, literally, it's a 1/16 of an inch. I will adjust the hood to make up for this gap difference and everything. And it's going to change again when we put a carbon fiber hood on it. But man, does that thing look good. With the wheel well, I mean, it looks cool with the vents. Wheel well doesn't let any air through there or anything like that. But what we are going to do is we're going to mount some lights up inside of here. So at night, these are going to glow. We are putting an actual neon tube kit under this car. We'll be doing that as well. Let's air this thing out. Man, look at that tuck. It is tucked up in there. That is nice. And it is very tight compared to the factory. I mean, there is Just the tiniest little slit hair of room in there. Ooh-wee though. Yeah, it looks fire. It looks damn good. So, you guys that are out there, don't pay people to do your damn shit. Take care of your own cars. Don't end up being a Kurt. We all know a Kurt, the guy that runs his mouth and talks big shit, but anytime he needs something done, he goes and he pays somebody to fucking do it. Don't be a Kurt. That's our new hashtag. Spread it around. K-U-R-T. Hashtag don't be a Kurt. Oh, there we go. There it is. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry it's a long video. I was going to split it into two. And obviously we didn't. So, it is what it is. Man, it looks damn good. We're going to go clean this sucker up. And get some good rollers of it. And yeah. You guys have a great day.